Part 4. Let's clean this thing up so we can extrude it. As I showed you at the end of the other video, if I click on and try to extrude this rectangle and this baseball player right here and that baseball, I get very odd results that I don't want. So that didn't work out too bad, but what I'm looking for is to just extrude this guy. Now try as hard as I might, I can't get that to happen. So that tells me something is messed up in my sketch. So again, to go back into sketch mode and clean things up, you're going to double click. That takes us back into sketch mode. I started by trimming this line. So that gets rid of that line right in there. And then I looked down here and saw that I also needed to trim this line. I hoped that would fix the problem. It did not. So I'm going to get out of my trim tool by right clicking and hitting escape. You could also just hit the escape button. I am now going to right click on any of these random lines. It doesn't matter where you start. You could start with a big line and just work your way around. And what we're doing is checking to make sure the loop is closed. In other words, checking to make sure all the lines are touching, because a shape has to be contained. And I know there are parts in this shape that aren't contained. So I'm going to right click on this line. I'm going to say close loop. Pops up with this instruction. It says select a curve that is connected to the start end of the open loop. Continue selecting curves until the loop is closed. Press Control and click to clear all selections. I'm just going to click around until it basically gives me an error. So I click on the next line, and then I click on the next line. This is a big continuous spot right here, so I'm going to click. We're doing good so far. I'm going to come down here, click. It says the loop was successfully closed. Alright, good deal. I'm going to right click on this line. I'm going to say close loop. Gives me that same instruction. I'm going to left click here. It went all the way around. I'm going to left click here and zoom in a little bit using my wheel. Left click, left click, here we go. Gap between points. There's a gap between the endpoints for the highlighted sketch. Would you like to close the gap? Note where the gap is, because I ran into this problem earlier. I said yes, and then it said error, and I had to find it again. So we know it's right down there. Watch what happens when I say yes. Failed, fail. That's too bad. So I know it's right down there. I'm going to zoom in and just redraw that point. So let's zoom. I think it's this guy right here. So I will trim that guy out. I will take my line tool. That one could have been the problem. Let me trim that one real quick as well. And then trim that. Take my line tool. Connect it. Zoom out. Right click, escape. Again, you can hit escape. That works a little faster, unless you don't want to let go of the mouse. Right click on the line. Close loop. Here we go. Cancel. I think I misclicked. So right click, close the loop, say OK. Find your line, click, click, click. I closed that one successfully. What a day. Right click, close the loop. Alrighty. Click. Oh, that one is now closed as well. We are in business. I'm going to hit Finish Sketch. I'm going to click Extrude. I'm going to hopefully... Oh dear. That's not what I wanted. Cancel. Extrude. I'm going to look to click on... Not that. I want to extrude just the baseball. And I want to extrude just the guy. So we're going to make that a little smaller. 0.1. And zoom in here nice and tight. I think I need to click on that line. There we go. Whew. We did it. So I extruded that rectangle, I extruded the ball, and I extruded the player. I'm going to keep it nice and short at 0.1, and I'm going to hit OK. Thanks.